Hey YouTube, I'm coming to you guys with another video. Today I'm going to be showing you guys my bread pudding recipe. And this video is going to be a lot slower. It's like 9 minutes and 50 seconds, but it's just, going into detail about the recipe. And then also I just wanted to chit chat like I used to do on all my older videos. On my older videos, I used to do nail videos and I used to do voiceovers, talk about different things and stuff like that. And I took a long break. But before I get into that, I want to tell you guys what I'm doing. So I'm making a mixed berry banana bread pudding. I did the original mixed berry first and I was like, it needs a little something. So I decided that this time I'm going to add banana, and that was probably the best thing that I could have done for this. It kind of reminded me, because lately I've been obsessed with banana pudding and like just banana anything, like banana. I love banana nut bread. So that is what this recipe kind of gave. You saw me cutting up this bread, which is an artisan, artisan. I don't know how to pronounce it, guys, but it's a sweet bread that I got from my local HEB, which is the grocery store here in Texas. I chopped it up in cubes and we're going to put that in the pan. I oiled the pan up and I'm just cutting up extra because I'm also making like little tin versions, like little cup versions of this recipe. Now, I made a little mistake and I forgot to show you guys me putting the cinnamon on top of the bread, because what you're supposed to do is put the cinnamon on top of the bread, mix it in nicely and then add your fruit. I forgot to add the cinnamon, but I ended up adding it more towards the middle of the video. So the second step after doing your bread is add cinnamon and then your fruit. I just had to get that out the way. But yes, guys, also I did a bag of frozen fruit from HEB and then, just cut up regular bananas. I'm going to show that in the video, and then just regular cinnamon. I would say that I used like 2 to 3 tablespoons of cinnamon. I did a little extra just because I like that flavor. And then, yes, the mixed berries are frozen. I used the whole bag, and then I used about 3 bananas. But yeah, I haven't came on YouTube and made a video in a long time. Mainly my content started turning into me speaking about Jesus and just the things that the Lord was doing in my life, and about the dreams and the visions that he was giving me. I am very close to the Lord, but I used to be more obedient and more closer to him. And when I say that, I don't mean that I'm not close to him, because the Lord is always close to us. But, at times we will catch ourselves straying away. And that's exactly what I was and am doing. I feel like it's like a boat in a way. You kind of just, I don't know, you tipping and turning, and the ocean is like life, and it's just taking you. And that's exactly what life was doing to me. At the time, YouTube was just a hobby. Making videos was just a hobby, and I didn't know that my videos were getting so much traction. Because, guys, I was making videos and I would not get on, YouTube Studio. I wouldn't check the views on my video. And there was one time where I left YouTube and I came back and I had thousands of views, and I had no idea. And I wished at that time that, what would have been if I stayed consistent and, stayed obedient and stayed doing what I was doing. You know what I mean? But, I had to go through life just like everybody else. I had to go through life. I had to experience some things. I mean, there's some things that we don't have to experience, that we kind of put into our own book. We kind of make extra chapters, and that's exactly what I did. I made extra chapters in my life. But now I'm kind of like finding my way back, and honestly, that portion of my life was needed because it kind of solidified okay, this is exactly who I am. Because at that time, I was just doing doing things, trying to figure out who I was as a person, and it wasn't completely solidified. But once you go straight away and you come back, you kind of realize like, oh yeah, that is who I am. So I don't know if that makes sense, but I hope it did. But right now we are making the main, I don't know what to call it, the egg, the pudding. Yeah, we're making the pudding right now. So I did 1 stick of butter, and I'm now doing 1 can of sweetened condensed milk, a pinch of salt. That's all you need. And then I'm doing 1 cup of white granulated sugar. This recipe came out so good and it's so easy, guys. I did 1 cup of milk and a few splashes of vanilla. Like I kind of went in on that vanilla, and I'm not mad because I did not know vanilla could give a flavor that it does. So I would say I put more than 3 tablespoons, more than 3 tablespoons of vanilla. So just measure with your heart when it comes to vanilla. And then I'm just going to mix it all together and wait for it to thicken up. In the video, I kind of show you guys the consistency of what you should be looking for. So just let it thicken up a little bit. Keep the heat on low. You don't want it to cook. Like, you don't want it to burn at the bottom. So now I'm cracking up 6 eggs, guys. We're going to need a lot of eggs. And we're going to beat these eggs down to the ground. And after we beat these eggs, we are going to slowly pour the liquid from the pot in the bowl. And we do this because we don't want to directly pour the eggs into the warm, hot liquid, because the eggs will cook. I don't know what this process is called, but that's what will happen. So I took about 2 cups of the sweetened condensed pudding milk, and I slowly put it. See, you guys see me putting that cinnamon on. I told you guys I forgot. But so yeah, now that we have all the eggs mixed up in that liquid and that bowl of eggs, I poured it back into the pot because it's all mixed together. It's not going to cook. So after I poured the liquid into the eggs, I poured the eggs back into the pot, and now we're pouring it on the bread. Look how good that looks, guys. It tastes just as good as it looks. But yeah, guys, one thing that I learned is that I never stopped liking making videos. Like, I don't know who's been around here, but I have been making just random YouTube videos here and there since like 2018, 2017, something like that. A lot of my videos are on private because it's very embarrassing, guys. We're in 2025. I am about to be 25 this year. I started making random videos like literally once a month or something like that, like when I was 17 or something. But guys, my journey is not done, and I'm so excited on what is to come for me now that I'm more mature and I'm able to really nurture the opportunities and the gifts that God has given to me. And I'm honestly so excited. The times that we're in here in 2025, guys, you guys are going to see so much happen. And I'm just like, I need to speak. I need to use my voice, I think that's like kind of the era that I'm in right now, is really just using my voice. And just like I said, I was there, I strayed away, and now I'm back because I realized in that time of straying away that was not who I am. And now I'm kind of like, this is who I am, with a little extra like sprinkle of stuff. But yeah, guys, I hope all that makes sense, and I hope it wasn't boring and whatever, but this recipe is pretty much done. I mean, I just did everything that I did with the other pan, and now we're getting ready to put it in the oven. 350, I would say, for 45 minutes to an hour. And now I have to clean up my mess. I know this looks a little crazy right now. It's the icing that's on top of the bread pudding. And then I'm going to sprinkle some confectionate sugar. You guys see what I just did? I poured a whole clump of that sugar on there. But the sugar is good. I like it on top of my bread pudding, so I'm not even complaining. But guys, it turned out so good. This is my second time making this recipe, and I haven't messed it up yet, by the grace of God. So, like, look at that. Like, and I wasn't even a bread pudding type of person. My child's father put me on. I used to think, I don't know if it's just me, but there are some treats that I think I put an age to it, okay? So when my child's father was telling me that he likes bread pudding, I was just like, how old are you? Like, are you 65? But he told me to make it, and I was like, okay, I'll make it. And I'm so glad I did, because I'm actually addicted now. It's like the easiest recipe ever. Like, look at that. You can't tell me. And then with the vanilla ice cream on the side, I didn't have it with the vanilla ice cream the first time. Eat your bread pudding with vanilla ice cream and let me know. Tell me how you like it. But God bless you guys. I thank you for listening. This is probably not the last time you're going to hear from me.